Hello everyone, welcome to my 18th video. These are a part of the series of videos that I bring on my YouTube account and IG account. Every Thursday I talk about a story or an episode from ancient India, and I proudly present my country, my ancient India culture, science, art, traditions, rituals, practices, some of which we still follow, but some of which has been lost due to passage of time. Now, my present video topic is surgery in ancient India. Was it possible? Is this a myth? But I'm here to burst this myth. Now, will you believe me if I said that the first known surgery was performed on the human body and was mentioned in Rig Veda, which was composed 23,720 years before Christ. A prosthetic limb was attached to the leg of Queen Vishafala so that she could walk normally and participate in the war the very next day. Now later plastic surgery was performed in India around 600 million years back by Sushruta. Sushruta performed first rhinoplasty, that is nose job, with a unique understanding of the circulatory system existing in our body. He also used to perform surgeries on nose, on ears, on the bladder, cataract, fistula, joints, hemorrhage, and others with precise surgical instruments. And because of his seminal and numerous contributions to the art and science of surgery, he is also called the father of surgery. Now, much of what is known about this inventive surgeon is contained in a series of volumes which he authored and which are collectively known as Sushruta Samhita, in which he has described about 300 surgical procedures and 120 surgical instruments and classifies human surgery into 8 categories. He lived, taught, and practiced his art on the banks of the river Ganges in the area that corresponds to the modern day Varanasi in the northern part of India. Now, in spite of the absence of anesthesia, complex operations were performed. The practice of surgery has been recorded in India by around 800 BC. This need not come as a surprise because Sahasrakarma, which is one of the 8 branches of Ayurveda, the ancient Indian system of medicine, talks about surgery. The ancient treatise dealing with surgery is Sushruta Samhita. In this compendium, Sushruta has described in detail the study of human anatomy with the help of a dead body. Sushruta's forte was rhinoplasty, nose surgery, and ophthalmology, that is the ejection of cataract from the eyes. Sushruta has described surgery under 8 heads: Chedya, that is excision; Lekhya, sacrification; Veda, puncturing; and Esya, exploration; Aharya, extraction; Visarya, evacuation; and Shivya, suturing. Now, between 5000 to 7000 BC, dental surgery was performed in India. In fact, many sages performed surgeries in their lifetime, and mention can be made of Athya, Harita, Prasanna, Bhela, Garga, Sambhya, Vashishta, Karla, Kapya, and their works are still existing today. Sushruta has pointed out that hemorrhage can be arrested by apposition of the cut edges with stitches, application of septic decoctations by cauterization with chemicals and heat. And if you recollect, there used to be great wars fought during ancient times. So surgery was needed and it was developed to rejuvenate or reconstruct the skin, the limbs, the bones, the blood vessels, internal organs of the chest, abdomen and vital structures. Healing of the wounds according to Sushruta started with sotha or inflammation. In the first stage, the ulcer is unclean and hence called Dushtavarana. By proper management, it became a clean wound, a Suddhavarana. Then there is a healing, and this is Ruhamana Varana. When the ulcer is completely healed, it is called Rudra Varana. Sushruta has advocated the use of a strong wine with the smell of cannabis or bhang that we say in local Indian language, and the strong intoxicating smell of the cannabis was inhaled by the patient and the surgeon used to perform the surgery. Sushruta later on used a herb called Sanjeevani as anesthetic. Now Sushruta describes 8 types of surgical procedures. Excision, that is Chedana, is a procedure whereby a part or whole of the limb is cut off from the body, and incision Bhedana, that is going inside and made to achieve effective drainage or exposure of underlying structure to let the content out. Scraping or scooping is carried out to remove a growth of flesh of an ulcer, tartar of the teeth, etc. The veins, the hydrocele and the acidic fluid in the abdomen are drained out by puncturing with a special instrument. A drilled human tooth found in the Stone Age graveyard in Mehengar in Pakistan, that is ancient India, suggests that dentistry was practiced as much as 7,000 years ago as per the National Geography records. There were mostly surgical texts on these advanced surgical practices. Sushruta was the first person to say that the human heart is at the center of the circulatory system in the body. In the Sushruta Samhita, the surgical instruments, they talked about 20 different types of sharp instruments and 101 types of blunt instruments, and these surgical instruments were made from a special steel by an expert blacksmith. Qualities and defects of the surgical instruments were also mentioned so that the errors due to surgery were removed. And even the method and holding of each instrument and how the cut has to be, in what direction, whether circular or round, was all written in the Sushruta Samhita. Now, it is said that Indian surgical instruments were so sharp and precise that they could divide the human head into 2 parts longitudinally. Now, Sushruta recommended the use of black ants to bind cut intestines. He was the first medical person to use leeches as a medical instrument to treat blood-related diseases. This is still used in modern medicine. According to Sushruta, there are 12 types of fractures and 6 types of dislocations. He has described the causes, the general specific clinical features, and even prognosis of the same. He has recommended a special fracture bed to be used for the fixation of fractured limbs, and even use of splints for supporting broken bones and were used. Surgeons and their associates were supposed to wear white linen, which is still followed in modern surgery. Post-operative care was also prescribed, like consolation of the patient, sprinkling cold water on the whole body, washing wound by antiseptic decoctations, inserting medical rolled pad, application of medicated bandages, paste covering wounds by bandages, antiseptic fumigations, and special diet for early healing. Now, there was so much depth of surgery, medicines, and post recovery in ancient India. Now, let me tell you a very interesting story. Now, there was a person, a cart driver called Kawasji. He got injured and his nose was cut by the soldiers of Tipu Sultan in the war of 1792. So, in my city, in the year 1792, a Maharashtrian Vaidya or a doctor performed what is called rhinoplasty surgery to give him a new nose. Now that Vaidya simply cut out a portion like this on his forehead, and without cutting, without removing this joint, he just cut it out and he folded it and he gave a construction of a nose. Now, fortunately, this surgery was attended by two British surgeons by the name of Finlay and Crusoe, who published this news. They were very excited and amazed by the surgery, and they published this news in a magazine called Gentleman, which was published in London in the year 1794, and it created waves in Britain and in the Western world. And these people, these two surgeons, they wrote and presented a paper in the Royal Society, but were met with skepticism because people did not believe that Indians could be so expert in rhinoplasty surgery, where the Western world knew nothing about it in those days. So before I end, let's play homage to Shushruta, the father of surgery. And I am really amazed with my research that there is so much knowledge that we had in Rig Veda, and I hope that these ancient science and these ancient knowledge are brought forward and integrated with modern medicine and surgery, because we need to give proper health care to every people around the world. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon on my YouTube channel, and I will come back next Thursday with more knowledge from ancient India. Thank you so much and have a nice day.